Hey guys, and welcome back to Free Plugin Friday, where we look at plugins you can use in your productions. Now, it's the week before Christmas. This has come out on Christmas Eve for me in Australia. Might be the morning of Christmas Eve for those in the States. So a Merry Christmas to you and your family and friends. I hope you have a great holiday period. However you celebrate it, if you don't celebrate it, whatever you do during this time. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be quite quick because of the time period. I don't have a lot of time. But we are going to be looking at another Analog Obsession plugin. This time it is called FIVVER, and it is a 5-band EQ. So let's just dive straight into the features. We're going to use it on the same track as last time, again for efficiency. Going to be a pretty quick video, so you should try out the plugin yourself if you want to dive in deeper. So it is a 5-band EQ. It does have a drive function. I believe this is based on an analog EQ. If anyone in the comments knows exactly what this is based on, they can put that down there and I'll add it to the description. I haven't looked too much into this plugin. I've just noticed it's one I haven't reviewed yet. Again, 5-band semi-parametric. So low frequency band is 30 to 300. You have the low mid frequency band, which you have a Q, cut and boost, and from 50 to 400. Mid frequency band, you have 330 to 2500. High mid frequency band, the same, but all the way up to 1.6 from 16 from 1.8, and then a high frequency shelf from 2.5 to 25. So covers most of your basics. Does have a Q control for 3 bands, and the shelves obviously don't have a Q. So you can get most kind of sounds, and you can turn on and off each frequency band, which is really, really great. So we just put it on the master bus, and we're just going to go through kind of some of the EQ settings. So we're going to start off by boosting it. What I might do is bring down the volume going into the plugin just to give us a little bit more headroom, considering we're going to be boosting. So let's start off with the low end. We're going to go through all the frequencies and then we'll try looking at the drive. Let's boost it up 12 and let's listen. Seems pretty smooth. Doesn't seem to have a much going on above the said frequencies, if that makes sense. That actually sounds to me like 300 at the top end of that shelf. Where some EQs you boost at 60 Hertz and it boosts all the way up to 200. And let's look at the cut. Okay, let's now boost the low mids, make sure it's turned on, and sweep it. We'll keep it the 2 octave, and then we'll look at some of the Q factors. That's really nice and pokey at 50 if you really want that kind of parametric boost there. Nothing harsh, nothing too kind of in your face. I know this has still got a drive function, but it sounds quite nice. Let's try cutting it and going through this Q. So let's choose about here. I bring the trim up just to compensate. Tighter Q. All the way up to 5. Really can use that to dial in, getting rid of some nasty kind of frequencies you might want to get in the low end, some muddy stuff. Usually around here is something I'd want to get rid of. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off. Let's have a look at the mid frequency. Again, we're just going to boost and sweep, just have a listen. Again, nothing harsh. It's not super character. It doesn't have much kind of interesting harmonically going on. But for like a fairly clean analog sounding EQ, seems pretty good. Let's have a look again at the cut. And tightening that Q up. If we're using these together, I might go for a little bit of a wide mid boost around here, but then cut a little bit around here. Takes the low and high out. There is a little bit of this latency going on between the bypass, even though I don't have oversampling, so I might as well leave oversampling on. Because I usually turn it off because of that kind of bypass problem, but you need that click there, that's because of oversampling too. Okay, let's look at the high frequency. This is where it can get a bit annoying if there's too much distortion present. Again, pretty nice. Let's widen out that Q. If we want a nice like upper mid, lower treble kind of boost, bit of clarity. Or if we want to cut some really harsh stuff. Cool. Now let's look at the shelf. How high does it go? Seems like a nice wide shelf. Let's do something now. Let's give it a little bit of what I'd want to give some kind of track like this. We'll take a little bit of that out, add a little bit of mids here. Nice presence boost around here, and then some high-end air. So listen, let's turn it all off. Just hypes it a little bit, maybe a little bit more low end. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So let's have a look at this drive control. I might just push everything a bit harder so we can really hear it. Okay, you can start to hear it come in there. That's really distorting. So it's pretty nice. Like on the master bus, you're not going to use a lot, but it's got a flavor to it. Okay, let's bypass this stereo out and have a look at just putting it on the tops. Actually, no, let's start off with the kick. Let's just see what I can do with the kick. So I'm going to get FIVVER up. I'm allowed a bit of drive here. Take a little bit of the wood out. Adding a little bit more aggression here. Maybe a bit more mids. Turn it off. Just the trim, which has made it a bit more punchy, a bit more powerful. Bit tighter too. Okay, how about see what we can do with that. Maybe drive it a bit more. I want to pull some mud out. Leave room for this kick. Give it a bit more character up here. That kind of works. So let's take it off the kick as well. Take it off this. Have a listen. Put them back on. And let's... What about this section? These horns. I want to take out some of that high end actually. Then emphasize a little bit more brassiness. Take out some low end. And bring up some more of this. Actually not that. Something around here. Is it bypassed? Cleaned it up a little bit, I think. A little bit more emphasis. Let's turn it all on. Bypassed. Sounds a little reedy, a little weak. Cuts through better. Again, bypassed. On. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Like I said, I wanted to kind of be quick with this one. But that is FIVVER from Analog Obsession. It isn't the most characterful, most kind of aggressively analog EQ that they offer. There is like the Neve-based stuff that is a little bit more like that. But this is a bit cleaner. And with being 5 bands, pretty quick to kind of dial stuff in with the Q and the frequency ranges. Probably much quicker than some other plugins just to dial in multiple boosts and cut and get that kind of sound working. Definitely go check it out. Again, like I said earlier, hope you have a good holiday period and I will see you next time.